Welcome to Trackmania Awards 2017. Today is December 1st and it's the first episode of the award show. This show, I will have one guest for each day and we'll discuss one topic and together nominate four nominees. My guest today is from Austria, he's playing for M&M. My guest is none other than SPEEDY. Hello, SPEEDY.
Hello there. Thanks for
How
having
are you,
me.
man?
I'm doing great. It's getting cold here, so
It's
perfect
winter, it's
conditions.
Christmas.
Yeah, perfect conditions for an Austrian.
Yeah, but before we start, if people might not know who you are, can you give them a short introduction about yourself?
Sure. My name is SPEEDY. I'm 21. I'm from Austria. I'm playing for M&M Gaming. I'm a more or less regular streamer for Trackmania 2 and playing competitively. Also doing some YouTube stuff with tutorials for the newcomers of the game, because I thought it's pretty lackluster in that regard. And yeah, just enjoying the game, following it, and competing myself.
Yeah, that's nice. As I said in the introduction, the award today is Player of the Year. How do you overall view this award? Has it been a good year or bad year?
I have some mixed feelings about this year, considering we have lost the World Cup, or official World Cup, let's say it that way. With ESWC being gone, with the Mania Plan World Cup not having another spot in this year. So, yeah, it was a drawback, but overall it was a great year. Having some newcomers like the TMPL guys, or the XS guys, as they were called before. Having new cups, the Team Cup that was concluded in January. And now having the Team Pro League, which is really cool for the guys that have never played in a solo tournament before. Because the last one I think was back 2 or 3 years ago with the Giant Cup. So there was really some time between where people could not practice at this 1v1 stuff before going to LAN, especially because you can't practice it basically otherwise. Yeah. And yeah, but this year I would give it I would say it's better than last year.
Yeah.
Even though we lost it. We had good cups, the Gaming Winterfest, I think it established this year.
Yes, true.
And I hope we see it next year, I'm pretty sure of that.
Yep.
Gamers Assembly now stepping up its game, more or less being the most prestigious one in the whole scene, which I like.
Yeah.
And of course TMPL, as I said, great one, great idea, full support. And I hope people will continue watching it like they did this year. I think we reached like 650 viewers on Spam Stream this time, so...
Yeah, that's a pretty good number.
Maybe we beat the 1000 next time. I would look out for that.
That's left to see.
But hopefully on my stream then.
Hashtag sellout. But as I said, this award, Player of the Year, what did you have in mind when nominating 4 players for this? Because it's such a prestigious award that I guess everybody wants to win it, but you have to narrow it down to 4 nominees.
Exactly, everybody wants to win it, but in our scene the quality is so high. We have so many good players, but you really have to pick out the best of the best.
Yes.
And I would actually like to start with the first pick, and I think everybody agrees, Carl Jr. Phenomenal last year, phenomenal last 2 years, 3 years before this year as well. Winning the Serrator Cup, placing first in the TMPL on a bit and leaving Team Expert.
Yeah.
He really has no flaws, is always on top. And I really have nothing bad to say against him, except his activity in the middle of the year. But by winning the Serrator Cup, he won my heart again. And of course, with Expert, he always had great team victories, so he has everything going for him there. But he has a close competitor in his team actually with Pecco, which I would say, don't quote me on that necessarily, but I would say he's the new Carl Jr. and Kayan mixture. Considering his pace, we saw it lately on Fake Memories. He beat the WR of Kayan quite quickly. I think it took him less than a week. He's competing on Hokulicious, doing 6 times there, hands down, on TM2, on TMNF. Always great. Also in Team Pro League. Now, of course, some people might say he was in second division, but I'm not sure why that was, and I still can't understand it, to be honest. That he joked, but hands down, Shorty was the better one in this matchup back then. Yeah, Pekko had great, and I have to really make that in capital letters, great team cups.
Yeah.
And he always made a solo show out of it. It felt like Carl Jr. in his peak, just in a team tournament. Pekko always destroyed the opponent and was always in front, and it was so frustrating playing against him. And yeah.
Yeah, a good example of that is the grand final against PKD in the XS Cup, where in the 5v5 he got 95 points out of 100 points. So that's pretty astonishing.
And it's not only that, it's pretty much every match, every team tournament. It's like, yes, and I think when there was Skadi's tech ranking, which unfortunately does not exist anymore in that way, he was topping the ranking week after week after week after week. There was nobody even close to him. And this is so impressive to me that he simply has to be one of the Player of the Year contenders.
Yes, he's for sure a worthy nomination.
And if already with Team Expert here, the third one, Massa. Second at Gaming Winterfest, fourth at Gamers Assembly. Great performance in TMPL, though I might say the playoffs were not the best from him. His times, I guess this is what he's most famous for, are always insane, always fast. Also in team tournaments he might not be as consistent as Peck or Carl Jr. But when he's driving and he's in focus, he's always on top.
Yeah.
Unless he's getting cocky and crashing, but I guess some of us have that attitude as well. Yeah. But he's always been great, always fast. And I see him breaking through 2018 maybe, getting some more LAN wins. Because I think he could have won Gaming Winterfest, but Kappa in the end, who will be...
Kappa was super strong in that grand final.
Short spoiler, Kappa will be the fourth contender. But Kappa, but let's hope to Kappa better, who won the Gaming Winterfest and the Gamers Assembly. And let's keep in mind there's no World Cup anymore, so Gamers Assembly is the most prestigious one. And yes, Kappa is not active anymore, which is really sad, but the first half of the year he was phenomenal in LAN performances, in team performances. He's also a former teammate of me, so I know him pretty well in that regard.
Yeah.
He's always been practicing hour after hour after hour. He's done great stuff. He's always consistent, always there if you needed him. So I can't really say anything against that. And yeah, he has shown that he's a truly contender for Player of the Year, even though he's not active anymore.
Yeah, but he won 100% of the offline tech events this year, so that's pretty incredible.
If he would have participated in TMPL, I was pretty sure he would have been also in the top 8 of the playoffs. Yeah, somewhere in the top 4, I would say.
Yes.
Because they were pretty dominated by expert players. Yeah, I hope, fingers crossed for next year, that he is coming back.
Yeah, let's hope so. So yeah, you have anything you want to add about this category, or have you summarized it all?
I can tell you it was hard to make a decision, because I had to nail it down to 4 players. I would have liked to make many more, because like I said at the beginning, the quality is so high. It's not at an all-time high, not even close, don't get me wrong here, but quality throughout the top 15 people, let's say, is so high, it's pretty hard to nail it down. But I think with Carl Jr., Peck, Kappa and Massa, we have a good we made a good
yes, for sure, 4 worthy nominees.
Well, yeah, worthy nominees.
Yeah. I'm curious about what people are gonna pick here, because you can make an argument for each and every one of them.
Yes, for sure. I guess Kappa will be the most talked about one, considering his inactivity.
Yeah, but at the same time, he has the results to back it up.
Yes, definitely. I'm not sure about the NES, but I think there he was also pretty high in the ranking.
Yeah, that might be.
So he is going for it. So hopefully, like I said, fingers crossed that he returns.
Let's hope so.
And
Well,
let's hope that the
do you
next
have any
year.
final words?
Well, not really. I think
Not
everything is
really?
said.
Yeah.
I think
You covered
everything
it
is
all
said.
pretty good, man.
Yeah. I hope
Yeah.
people will vote. I hope people have a great last month of the year. Hope nobody's freezing to death. It's getting pretty cold now.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to the next seasons of the next Team Cups, especially of the upcoming one, Petition Premiership, and seeing some breakthrough players, some new faces on the top.
Yep.
Now with TMPL we have some more solo talent showing through. And yeah, I'm pretty positive about next year.
That's a good spirit, man. Well, it for sure has been fun. That's it for today. People, go and vote on Twitter. Who is the player of this year? It's the most prestigious award, in my opinion. So go and vote, and yeah, I'll let you have the final words, Speedy.
Yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in at first. Thanks for having me,
No
Norwegian map
problem, man.
designer. Always great to be here. And yeah, like he said, vote your write your opinions down there and let us know what you think. Did we make a mistake? Did we forget anybody? I hope
Yeah.
not, but we
Let's
will
see.
see. And yeah, like I said, have a great rest of the year.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye bye.